Yo, welcome back. This is Stu42 with another Minecraft video. Today I'm going to upgrade my weapon. I'm going to finally ditch the Enderium log sword and I'm going to go with something a bit different. Now, it's not going to be as powerful, but it is from a mod that I want to get to using. So it's going to be this, the Sword of the Wyvern. Wyvern? Wyvern. I think it's Wyvern. Sword of the Wyvern. Anyway, this is one of the Draconic Evolution swords and tools. It's one of the starting ones, but it's still fairly nasty to make. So, I mean, we're going to need some emerald ore, which I have. Draconium blocks, yeah, not too hard. It's just a lot of draconium. Some wyvern cores. We need 5 wyvern cores altogether, which means we actually need 5 nether stars, 5 fluxed electrum, mana steel, thorn. We've made all these before, but it also means we need 20 draconic cores, which is 20 diamonds and like 80 draconium, 80 gold. It's going to be pretty nasty to make. Of course, the other thing in there is the etheric sword, which we're going to need to make some unstable ingots. Unstable ingots being those things that last only 10 seconds, so that's going to be pretty nasty. And the other thing that's a little bit nasty in this is the mana dust. Now, mana dust is made by getting pulverized mana infused metal. Now, last episode I was making or getting mana infused metal, which is pretty cool. And we're also going to need some primal mana. Now, primal mana in turn is this horrible thing: liquid XP, molten draconium, molten Pokefennium, and molten fairy. Now, each one of these two things is fairly nasty to make. This one is blood, iron, and cobalt. All right, twice as much blood as iron and cobalt, so that's pretty cool. I do actually have a little bit of blood left over in there, so what I might do is, what is that? It was iron and cobalt. So let's do that. So we do 2 iron ingots because the cobalt ore actually counts as 2 cobalt. So that's an even amount of iron and cobalt. That will take quite a while to get in there. The other one is, where are we? Pokefennium. No, that was Pokefennium. Fairy. Now, fairy is made of 1 ardite, 2 obsidian, to 1 blood. And that's why the blood is left over in there. I did actually make some fairy, which I then made into an ingot. So we've got 1 ingot of that. Unfortunately, what I've also been doing to get the blood is, again, previous episode, we have our little spawner thing for making pink slime. I've added this. I didn't have enough room to put the switch right against the slaughterhouse. So what I've done is I've put a redstone lamp, put the switch next to it, and that has effectively shut down the slaughterhouse, which means I can now turn this on, spawn some piggies, grab my soul vial, and just go in there and grab them, which is pretty cool. So that's my sort of way of collecting pigs, which you need to get the blood out of. Now, while I've been blabbing on about that, we have 32 millibuckets of blood. Hopefully those will be done very shortly. Blood, iron, and the cobalt ore is good to go. We're probably going to need to have another pig in here as well, to be honest. So I'm just going to grab that and against the roof there. And then he'll die. There we go, blood. There we go, cool. So we've got molten Pokefennium. Now we've only got 7 nuggets of that. Now we've got some iron left and some cobalt left. Now that means we're going to need even more blood. So that's going to be iron, cobalt. Right, so we've got more iron, more cobalt, and, well, we've got an ingot at least. So let's grab 1 more piggy. 1 more piggy. Cool, and now we've got iron, cobalt. That didn't work. Well, I guess we need some more piggies. Who knew? So one of the things I've been trying to figure out online is how to find out exactly how much blood each of these animals has in them, and I cannot for the life of me figure it out. It just seems to be a really odd amount that gets left in there. So there's some more blood. Right, so we've got 2 ingots of Pokefennium, 7 nuggets of iron, 7 nuggets of cobalt. Not sure what that actually means. Let's put one more in, the one with the hats. And that's putting more thing. Alright, so we've ended up with... Yeah, see, that's still... I reckon I could get away with another one of these in here. 3 ingots of Pokefennium. 2 nuggets left, 2 nuggets left. Right, so it's like 2.5 nuggets worth each time we put one of these in. And one more, this will be the last one. So this should leave us with a tiny, tiny bit of blood left over. So 4 ingots and 16 millibuckets of blood. Sure, that at least means we can get our ingots of Pokefennium out. Which is going away into the table, which is cool. Sorry, into the chest, just because we have a hopper underneath there. Struggling to find the words. Now, I'm not sure how to get this blood out. I think I could use a like a filter with a void pipe type thing. Yes, there's no more there. And there's our 4 Pokefennium. Cool. So that's what we're going to do with that. You can actually click on the liquids in here to reorder them anyway. So I might just leave the blood in there for now, because we can always make it the worst bit of the order. So I'm going to run away now and make the Wyvern cores, the Draconic blocks, and, well, that's going to need a bunch of redstone. But yeah, I'll make a few of these things. Again, pretty easy to make. Just, going to take me some time. So how much Draconium have I got? See, I've got quite a bit of Draconium, which is pretty good. So, we're going to need 20 of these things. Wow. 9, 20. So that's pretty brutal already on those things. And then for these, yeah, I'm going to need to make some fluxed electrum, because I don't think I've got any of those. No, I do not. But again, flux electrum, pretty easy. Flux electrum blend that we melt, or, oh, there we go. Electrum, pyrithium, and redstone. Pyrithium being electrotine blaze. Coal powder and sulfur, easy. All right, I'm gonna run away and make these things. I'll be back in just a moment once I've made a few of these things. Obviously, some of them I'll wanna do on camera. Potentially the etheric sword could be highly amusing. I've blown myself up doing that thing before. Let's see if I can avoid it for a second time. Anyway, I'll be back in just a moment. See you in a sec. Okie dokie, we are back with me just finishing the last bits of grabbing 7,200 millibuckets of redstone. So you have to do it this way in the magma crucible. Run down here. I've got this permanently set up that will drag all of that out into here. So that'll be blood at the bottom. If I click destabilize redstone, it puts it to the bottom, which is good. Now we're going to want to put that in the casting table. And that is for this bit, the Wyvern energy core. So that's the Wyvern core with 7,200 millibuckets, which is, 72 pieces of redstone. As you can see, I've got my fairy ingot, I've got Pokefennium. I actually have a few more fairy that I made in the break then. And I also have 2 Draconic blocks. I have the other 2 Wyvern cores. So we're getting close. I've got those two. I'm about to make that one. I need to still get my emerald ore, but I've got that. Sitting waiting already. There we go, 7,200. Throw that in there. I wonder how long that'll take. A while is the answer to that. Cool, so while that is pouring into there, we have our emerald ore, so that's cool. Now, the tricky bit. We're gonna need this thing. Now, the episode that I activated the sigil was rather hilarious. I don't know if you guys have watched it or if you remember it. I died so many times doing that. I had invisible skeletons and all sorts of craziness happening. Kind of funny though. It was kind of funny. We're going to need ourselves a traditional crafting table. I'm going to want a chest as well, actually. And the only reason I want a chest is I want to dump all my stuff into a chest while I'm doing this, just because I'm so afraid of blowing myself up. So let's grab just a actually let's grab some, seeing as I've done some work on this, I can actually get 8 of those. We'll make an iron chest, may as well. So one of the things I've been doing in between episodes is building up this room a bit more, you know, making some automatic processing here. I've got these guys here, which is, you know, that was making the, you know, standard interface. I've got a few things in here for the rolling version, and this one here has the extruding version, which at the moment, yeah, it just has some cells and some copper wire. I haven't had to make anything else yet, so I haven't sort of bothered with that. Right, so we were doing that, so we need that. We're going to need 2 iron, we're going to need 2 diamond. I'm getting stuck for stuff here, and was it divide by diamond, and I think it's 1 obsidian. Yes, obsidian and 2 unstable ingots. That's going to be hilarious. And I haven't had any practice either at this. I'm literally just going to rock up and do it. Cool, so there's the energy core. We're pretty much there. Now let's go. Where can we go? In case it blows up. You know what, up here is probably good. I've turned off all the mob griefing-y sort of stuff anyway, so we should be fine to just... Yeah, we should be fine just to go here. Famous last words, of course. Famous last words. Now, I've got a ton of crap on me. Let's throw this over here. Now, all the expensive things we just made, we want to leave over there. My turtle, focus pouch, mana tablet. In fact, let's ditch literally everything other than what we need. Oof. Yeah, might as well do that. Alright. So now, what we're going to have to do is we do that, 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 and this will give us 2. I've done that wrong. Woof! Alright, so, yeah. Completely forgot that they didn't stack. Completely forgot that they didn't stack. So, that is, and of course I don't have a jetpack. Oh my god. Oh, it's so slow. It's so slow. So that's what happens when you don't plan anything. So let's throw all that back on. What do we want? Baubles menu? Yep, that can go there, that can go there, that can go there, that can go there. Had a couple of rings and things. Awesome. Right, so now that we've done that, let's grab some food. Let's go over here and grab another another iron, another diamond, and give that another go. Actually, I've got my jetpack on now. Alright, so divide by diamond, that there, that there, that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hurrah! Etherics sword. Cool. So, again, highly amusing doing that. They don't stack. That's just... Oh, that's really annoying that they don't stack, actually. Alright, let's just grab all the things we need for this particular thing. I don't need the B thing. I need that. That's always handy to have. I'm going to need that. These things, I want the mana tablet so I can run fast. Everything else can kind of stay there for now. Awesome. Cool, so we've nearly got everything we need for this already, which is kind of cool. Let's throw that back safely there where I hopefully won't need to touch it again for quite a while. So the only thing we're needing now is the mana dust. So mana dust is pulverized mana infused metal with primal mana being liquid XP, draconium, Pokefennium, and fairy. So 1 each of those, that's going to give us 288, and we're going to need a nice odd number. So that's basically sort of an ingot and a half. What a really odd number to have. Alright, so I can easily get 4 of those, 2 Pokefenniums, and 2 fairies. So 3, 4. 2 of those. So 4, 2, and 2, and then we're just going to need 2,000 XP, which I'm going to have to get somehow. Now I've got these handy XP tanks here, but I'm not sure how I'm going to get out just the amount that I need. Does the bucket work? Can I get a bucket? Oh, I can. Cool. Alright. So we can just grab these buckets and I can go dunk, dunk. So there's 2,000 liquid XP in there. We can then throw 4, 2, and 2. Make sure we put the liquid XP at the bottom. And this should hopefully not take too long to melt. Now, the other thing we're going to need while we're waiting for that to happen, I might be able to get this whole thing done faster than I actually realized. I thought about splitting this episode into 2 just because I thought it was going to take quite a while with all the liquid mucking around and stuff. Where are we? Minor infused metal. Let's take all of it. Why not? So as you can see in that chest, I've done a little bit of the laser thing since I built it, but it's just so expensive to run. Crazy, crazy expensive to run. One of the other guys that's posted on my videos, in fact a couple of you, 2 or 3 of you even, have sort of proven that you can make this mana infused ore by tipping this very same primal mana that we're about to make. You can apparently tip that over the top of blocks of silver. And one of you even suggested putting 8 blocks of silver in sort of a donut shape and pouring the liquid in the middle. I'm not sure how that's going to go. I mean, I don't have a bucket of primal mana. To me, it's still, well, for where I am in the game, this seems to be a lot easier, or a lot easier way of doing it. So let's just grind that up. We should end up with our two pulverized mana infused metal. Now, how are we going over here? Look at that, primal mana 576. Still got the blood on top. Now 576 isn't enough. 576 is enough for 2. Because we're going to need 360. We're going to need 720 of this. Ouch. 720. Alright, I'm going to cut this here. I'm going to go away and put another bunch of XP in there. Probably only 1 bucket this time. And then put the extra fairy, Pokefennium, and 2 Draconium in there. I'll be back in just a sec once we've melted that up. See you in a sec. Okay, so one more lot of stuff melted has left us with 864 primal mana. Again, really, really odd amounts of stuff for this. I'm not quite sure why they've not made the numbers quite work out so well. I'm going to end up with some very bizarre amounts left over. So what do we got? 144 primal mana. So there's 1 ingot left over, except it won't be turned into an ingot. So I'm going to need to make a whole bunch more of the Pokefennium and fairy and all that sort of stuff, but I'll do that obviously later on. So we've got our etheric sword, got our emerald ore, got our 2 Draconium. Actually, I think those things are up to... are they? No, right, first time, down the bottom. The energy core, 2 wyvern cores, and... whoof, we have a sword of the wyvern. Now, I think we have to charge this thing up. Yep. Your enemy's strength makes this blade stronger. So Draconium means unlock the sword's potential. So one of the reasons that we made this sword over the other swords... Oh, and the sun's even going down. Isn't that handy? Now we're going to need to find some mobs somewhere. Shouldn't be too hard. Normally doesn't take long for the mobs to spawn. Now, one of the things you can get when killing mobs with this is you can get the soul of the mob. Now, these little souls, the Draconic evolution souls. So the demonstration one here is a pig, of course, but if you push U on it, you need it for this resurrection stone. Now, I'm going to be using this at some point in the future. As you can see, any old mob souls can go in there. Yet more of these blooming Draconic cores and stuff, which is kind of annoying. Going to need to get some more nether stars. But that resurrection stone is what you need to resurrect the Ender Dragon, which means you can get the drops from the Ender Dragon more times. Specifically, the heart of the Ender Dragon is the thing that I'm after. So, a bit of a long, drawn-out way of doing that, but hopefully we'll get there. Now, no mobs. Normally I have zombies and spiders and all sorts of stuff all clambering to come and kill me. And I have put torches down there, so there's no one down there. The witch's hut over there. Ah, there's one. There we go. Now, how good is the sword? Pretty good. Alright, so that worked pretty well. Have we used... Yeah, we used a tiny bit of RF, but that's okay. That's, you know, doing what it's supposed to do. Cool. Well, I think that is probably as good a place as any to end this episode. I'm obviously not going to run around killing tons of mobs on camera, just on the off chance that I get a mob soul. I think they're a pretty rare drop from what I understand. Kill some of them. Yes, I mean, we're not even close to getting any sort of mob soul. Although we have got a lot of mobs now, which is kind of cool. Oh, that was interesting. I can get out of there. Yeah, so we're getting all sorts of things. No mob souls. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Alright, so anyway, as always, that's going to be the end of it for here. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next episode where hopefully I'll have some mob souls. Or yeah, maybe I'll have a little bit of an episode in the middle. I've got a couple of things I want to do around the base on camera. So anyway, I keep ending these videos in a long way. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you next episode.